Did you truly try? Did you truly put in your 100% effort? If you just failed at something, let's just say you wanted to make a certain amount of money by the end of the year and you failed to do that, you I'm sorry, but you have to take accountability for that. You can't just blame it on other things like other people and stuff. Like let's say you blame it on your friend, like, oh, he keeps on, like, oh, he keeps on asking me to hang out and go watch TV. Maybe it's time to start going to the gym with him and asking him to go to the gym with you. Or if he isn't willing to do that, then maybe stop being friends with him. Not, and this isn't out of ego. This is out of self-respect because you want to go out and go achieve amazing things. I know you do for a fact because you are watching this specific video and this is the name of the video, right? And so because of that, they're not attracting good into your life. They're only attracting what you don't want. Okay. What do you think, let's say, we're talking about like a pro soccer player. I know I've mentioned this in other videos, this example. Let's say we're talking about, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know a whole lot about football. Well, how much do you think he practices every single day? Okay. To become the greatest football player, I know there's a whole entire thing between Messi and Ronaldo. To become the best football player, you have to try harder than everybody else. You have to do what everybody else isn't doing, okay? And how do you do that? Well, how many people are willing to go sit down and watch TV on their couch while eating chips? Pretty much everybody, right? And there's a huge percentage, like maybe 70% of the population who do that and replace achieving their goals and working towards their goals with doing that or doing stuff like that is not working towards their goals, that is just being lazy and not trying, right? And so what percentage of people wake up really early in the morning, and I know I've mentioned this example before, and go out and go achieve their goals and try all day, every day? It's all they ever think about. It's all they're ever working towards. It's all they're ever trying to do. And there's pretty much no one who's doing that, right? And then on top of that, there's also how much effort you're putting in. And that means, are you putting in more effort than this other person? Okay. If there's someone let's say you want to beat on your basketball team, you're doing basketball and you want to beat them on the basketball team. They're on another team. You've been struggling to beat them for some time now, and you've decided you want to beat them. Well, when your friend's calling you and says, "Oh, let's go play video games," you can't just accept that call. You have to tell them, "Hey, I'm in the gym right now. I'm gonna go work on this and do this." And if he is kind of getting mad, like, "Oh, why haven't you been talking to me, or why haven't you been hanging out with me lately?" Maybe it's time that you tell them, "Hey, do you want to go out and go to the gym with me and go achieve these great things?" Because that's way better than just sitting down and watching TV all day. Okay, it's way better. There's way more good things that come from that. And if they're just, and let's say they say no to that and just keep on saying no to that and complaining and saying that, oh, you're not, let's say you're not hanging out with them. They're telling you, oh, you're not hanging out with them, but you're still offering for them to go to the gym with you and go do great things and actually try. Well, then it's time to stop talking to them because they aren't actually trying. They aren't seeing what you're seeing. They don't want to go achieve these great goals that you want to go achieve. They probably don't even believe in themselves because they're just sitting around saying like, oh, I'd rather sit down and just do this. Well, if they'd rather sit down and do that, you'd rather go out and achieve your goals. Okay, you'd rather be let's say you want to be a pro soccer player. You'd rather be a pro soccer player than not be a pro soccer player because that's the goal you want to achieve. Well, let's say they also want to be a pro soccer player. If they're doing all this stuff and saying all these things, they really don't want to be a pro soccer player because they don't want it badly enough. Because of that, they aren't willing to put in enough discipline to actually go out and go achieve their goals. So I think what you should be getting from this video is just cut out all the distractions once again, because I think it prevents you from achieving your goals. You don't necessarily have to stop talking to family members, stop talking to friends, unless they are preventing you physically, like stopping you from achieving your goals, which means, yes, like, refusing to go to the gym with you, refusing to do this stuff with you, because most of the time, not all the time, that just means that they aren't willing to put in the effort and they don't want to go and achieve their goals. They don't truly want it like you do. If they aren't doing that, let's say there's another scenario where they aren't doing that. Well, when they aren't doing that and they are agreeing like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym with you and go do this, that probably means that, hey, you know what? They are willing to go out and go achieve their goals. And of course, not every single thing that you want to achieve would be working out. Like there's also money, right? And if you want to make a certain amount of money before the end of the year, then that also means you don't want to hang out with someone who's, not trying, not putting in the effort to make money and not doing all this stuff and don't know what to do, because then they'll start giving you bad advice and attracting bad things into your life that you're not trying to attract, because that's not what you want, right? And this isn't selfishness, this is self-respect, because this is what you said you wanted to achieve, right? And I've never heard, not once in my entire life, I've never heard of a single rich person who has hung out with poor people. No offense, this isn't like in a horrible way. Okay, I'm not saying that it's always that person's fault if they're don't have a lot of money. But at the same time, let's say we're talking about someone who doesn't have a lot of money because they didn't put in the effort, they didn't try. It's on them, it's their fault. They've done all these things that have prevented them from making money. Well, there is not one single rich person who's hanging out with someone like that. Not one. Okay. There's a difference between being like broke and being poor. Okay. Because being poor is not believing in yourself and like not, just believing like, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve that. Well, if you don't believe you deserve that, then you're never going to get it. Okay. But if you want it and you believe you don't deserve it, again, you're never going to get it. So you have to believe that you deserve it and believe, you know what, I'm going to do great things. I'm going to achieve great things and help other people, because otherwise you will not be seen as an asset, and you're not going to achieve these amazing things, wonderful things, and become great, right? So I think, again, you should just remove the distractions, stop doing this stuff. This is going to be the end of the video. I thank you guys so much for all the support you've been giving me. It's been really great. I've been getting a whole bunch of views, whole bunch of subs and likes and stuff. Other than that, that's about it. Thanks for watching.